Okay guys, so we're going to go ahead and jump into doing this makeup tutorial using the Anastasia Prism Palette. I'm super excited to be trying this out. I know I look really crazy. One, because I don't have my face done, and two, because I have my eyebrows on and I don't have my face done. I know I look super duper crazy. First, please excuse my broken out skin. It has gone haywire. I'm not really sure. I think it's because of the change in the weather, and you know, I don't even know why. I'm just saying I think that's why. But my face is broken out, so just bear with me on that. Also, like I said, I don't have my face done first, which is not something I normally do, but I wanted to go ahead and do my eyes first today just because with the critiques that the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette got. I don't have that one, but I did watch a lot of tutorials on that one. They just said that the shadows, or they as in those people that I watched, different YouTubers that I watched, they said that the Subculture palette had a lot of fallout and it was very powdery. So I just wanted to go ahead and do my eyes first, and then if I have any fallout from this palette, that way we'll be able to see, but I can also just wipe it away because I don't want to get my face makeup all messed up and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. I've already, like I said, done my eyebrows and I've primed my eyelids. So let's go ahead and take this puppy out. So this is what the palette looks like here. Of course, it's got that felt, velvety, you know, packaging that Anastasia is known for from, like, you know, the culture, the modern renaissance, and their previous palettes before that. So yeah, this is what the outside looks like, and let's go ahead and open it up. So on the inside, we've got all of the shades. Of course, there's a little film, so I'm going to take that off. We've got all the shades. It comes with a brush as normal. For Anastasia, they have a dual-ended brush that normally comes with their palettes, and a nice sized mirror. So yeah, these are all of the shades. They're very like fall, very nice for this time of year, and I was super excited to try this out because all of these colors really speak to me. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get into using the eyeshadows. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in so we can get all close and, you know, review them and see how they work and all that good stuff. Alright, now that we're all zoomed in, sorry that you have to see my crazy broken out face this close up, but like I said, I just want to go ahead and get my eyes done, that way we can move on to the face. But now that we're zoomed in, I am going to go ahead and get started. First off, I wanted to show you, you know, up close the shades. So these are what they look like, and you get, I can't count, 14 shades. You get 14 shades of the palette. And they're all very, you know, nice and warm toned. You got some cool tone shades in here, but just for the most part, very warm tone and very fall. So yeah, I'm interested in trying this. I really want to try out some of the oranges and, you know, this green color. I'm thinking I'm going to lean towards that way, of course, because why not? You know by now that I'm super in love with warm tones, so of course, why wouldn't I start off with those shades, right? But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Morphe M533 brush, and I'm going to start using the shade Eden here. I'm going to work this into my crease area just to start to get a transition going, and that way we can have, you know, our first colors laid out for us. Alright, so first off, right off the bat, I can tell that this color is super pigmented. Of course, you can tell, like, that was just me dipping in once, blending, and then once again and blending out some more. And this color is super pigmented. So far, it's easy to blend out, but we will have to continue to use the shades to see how they blend together. But so far, so good. Like, this shade is super pretty as well. It's a nice, very, you know, pink salmon almost transition shade, and I feel like it could work with a lot of different looks that you want to put together with this palette, so that's awesome. So I'm just going to continue to do this on the other eye, and then we will go into the next shade. Alright, so now that my transition is all blended out, I'm going to go in with this shade here. It's called Saturn. And I'm going to continue to put this in the crease area just to further define the crease and continue to make sure everything is blended. Wow, this shade is really, really pigmented, and it's like it's like a perfect orange shade. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just very, you know, vibrant, but it's also like very pigmented, and it's easy to blend out as well. I don't have any trouble blending it on top of the Eden shade that I put down. It's super pretty. And then I'm just going to go back in with that Eden shade and make sure all of the edges are blended out and that everything is seamless and there's no like harsh line between the Saturn shade and the transition Eden shade that we put down. Alright, and then to start adding some like darkness and depth, I'm going to go in with this brown shade here. It's called Parallel. And I'm actually going to use the brush that came in the palette, and I'm going to use the dense blending side, and I'm going to start adding that into my outer V area just to start to define the overall eye look. So I actually just decided that I'm going to use this to stamp down the product, and then I'm going to take my Morphe M441 brush and I'm going to use this to blend out the edges of that, just because this one is great for like packing packing and then like blending slightly, but I want to blow this out further, so I'm going to use just a larger fluffy brush to blend out the brown shade. Alright, and then I'm going to go back in with that Saturn shade and just blend out the edges of the brown. Alright, so now that I have that blended in, I just want to mention that I did have a little bit of trouble blending out the brown shade. It wasn't that it wasn't pigmented, it just, I felt like was a little harder to blend than the other shades. I felt like I had to keep going in and just, you know, further defining this area here where I packed down the product right here. Other than that, it was pretty simple. I just felt like I needed to, I guess maybe I'm a perfectionist, but I feel like anybody would be this way, I guess. Like I would blend and then, you know, blend, and then I would see, you know, just a little patch right here. So then I'd go in and, you know, pack it on and then blend out a little bit more. And I had to do that a couple times just to get it where I wanted it. And then I feel like when I got it to where I wanted, it looks good. But like there was just, you know, a little patch right where you place the product down, where as if you blended it out everywhere else, but it blended away right there in that spot. But once I just packed on color after I blended everything in, it looked fine. I just wanted to mention that just because it can get a little frustrating if you like are blending and then you see a little patch there. Just something to mention, so that way if you get this palette, you know. And just because why not, I think I'm going to add some of this black shade here just to see kind of how this deeper shade works and whether or not it has the same problem. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It's called Obsidian. Obsidian here. It's the black shade. And I'm just going to put this very, very closely to my lash line. And I'm going to use this little travel Luxy brush, the Luxy 213T. And I'm just going to, you know, put it right here, right close to my lash line, just to see how it works and if it's pigmented and all that stuff. The black shade is really nice. I don't know if you can tell, but it's just, you know, from compared to this side, it just deepened out the outer corner just a tad bit more and give it that much more dimension. And it's very pigmented. I didn't have an issue blending it out so far, so it looks really nice. Okay, and then for the lid shade, I think I'm gonna use this crazy beautiful color here. This one is called Throne. It's almost like a duochrome blue to purple to green. When I, you know, move it in the pan, I can see flecks of blue, flecks of green, flecks of purple almost. So I want to use this on my lid. So I'm going to first take it without any makeup or first I'm going to take it without any setting spray and just to see how the pigmentation is, and then I will go on with the setting spray and see how that works. That was without any setting spray, and obviously you can tell that it is super pigmented, like crazy. But on the flip side of that, I am also really, really glad that I did not put my face makeup on, because I don't know if you can tell, but I have a lot of fallout from that shade, and I dusted it off too. So that's just something to be aware of when you're using the shimmer shades in this palette. Just be aware that they are, you know, prone to a lot of fallout, but they are also super pigmented. So I'm like really obsessed with this. And I'm just going to take my Morphe M573 brush and a little mixture of the Saturn and the Eden, and I'm going to go over the where the shimmer is, just to make sure it's blended out. And then I'm going to take my Morphe M441 brush and go back in with the parallel shade and blend out the edges of the Throne shade and the parallel shade right here. And then I'm just going to go back in with Throne and further intensify it and just fix up any of the parts that may have gotten blended away. Alright, and because I have a lot of fallout, I'm going to go in with a makeup wipe. This is just a Neutrogena makeup wipe. And I'm going to go under my eyes and clean up all of the fallout. And then before I do my lower lash line, I'm just going to start on my face, so that way I don't mess up my lower lash line while I'm doing my face makeup and all that stuff. So I'm going to zoom out so that way I can do my face makeup. Alright, to prime my face, I'm going to go in with my, of course, my favorite right now, my Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Pro Filter Face Primer. Alright, and then just to help cover up some of my acne spots I got going on right now, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And I like to use this on redness, on dark spots, on blemishes, all that good stuff. Alright, and then for foundation, I'm going to go in with, of course, my Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation in the shade 310. Alright, and then to conceal and highlight, I'm going to go in with my trusty Tarte Shape Tape and put this under my eyes and then all the areas that I want to highlight. Alright, and then to set my face, I'm going to go in with my Coty Airspun powder. I stinking love this stuff. And then for bronzer, I'm going to go in with my Colourpop bronzer, and this is what it looks like. I believe the name is Rodeo Drive, however, it doesn't have the name on it, so I can't say for sure, but I will figure it out and put it in the description box. Alright, and then for blush, I'm going to go in with this DLS blush in the shade Kitty Pink. I'm going to put that on my cheeks. For highlighter today, I'm going to go in with the Dose of Colors and Desi and Katy collection. This is the highlighter in the shade Mirame, and I'm going to use this on my cheekbones. And can we just talk about this packaging? Like, it is so freaking pretty. Like, what? This is so freaking pretty. Alright, moving back to the eyes, I'm going to go in with that first shade that I used on my crease, the Eden shade here, and I'm going to put this on all over my lower lash line. Alright, and then going back in with the Saturn shade, that orange shade as well, I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. Then taking my Morphe M432 brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Parallel and work this very closely to my lower lash line on the outer part only. And then to finish off the eye look, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It is called Pyramid, and I'm going to put this on my inner corner and a little bit of it on my brow bone. Alright, so that's all the eyeshadow done. Now to do the eyelashes, I am going to be using, if I can find them, I'm going to be using for lashes the LuxyLash lashes. These are in the style Westside. These lashes are super duper fluttery and just like very glam. So I'm going to use these really quickly. But first I'm going to pop on some mascara. I'm going to use the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. And I'm just going to coat my lashes thinly so that way they're black and they blend in with the falsies. Alright, so my lashes are on. Like I said, these are the LuxyLash in the style Westside, and I absolutely love these lashes. They're just so like dramatic and fluffy and big, and they like wisp out and they just make your eyes look humongous, and I love them. So for lips, I'm going to start off using the Soft Texture Long Wearing Lip Liner. This is from the brand My Looking Glass, and they were kind enough to send these to me, so thank you for that. And this is in the shade, where is the shade? This is the shade Dusty Rose, and I'm going to use this to line my lips. And then to go over that, I'm going to go in with the Dose of Colors and Desi and Katy collection. This is in a I believe a cream lipstick in the shade More Creamer Please. and I'm gonna put this on my lips. And then because it kind of looks like my skin tone a little, which I don't mind, I think it looks really awesome with this eye look, I'm just going to go back in with a little bit more of this lip liner just to kind of define the line of my lips. And there you have it, guys. This completes this look. I'm going to zoom you out so that way I can just talk about the palette a little bit more and give you my thoughts. Alright guys, so my thoughts on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism Palette are that I am so far in love with the shades. I think that they are super pigmented. I think that they are very easy to work with. The one thing I will tell you, like I mentioned in the video, is that the parallel shade had a little trouble blending, but not anything crazy, so I just want to note that. But yeah, I'm just super happy with the look that I created today. It's very like warm tone, very like fall though, and I love it. Overall, I'm super in love with the Anastasia Prism palette, and definitely will be doing a couple more looks using this palette in the future. So if you guys are interested in seeing those, definitely like this video and comment below that you want to see another video using the palette, maybe with the, you know, cooler toned eyeshadows in it and all that good stuff. But yeah, this completes this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial / review of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, and if you did, don't forget to like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and also comment below other ideas for videos you want me to do in the future, and I will do those. Also, don't forget to go follow me on my other social media, my Snapchat, my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of those good things. They'll be linked down in the description box below, as well as all of the products I used on my face today if you're interested in, you know, what I used. And yeah, until next time, guys, bye!